Hello everyone, this is Kikoto Mani from Team Get Wrecked Robotics, as well as a member of Team WPI. This is my event report going over how my ant weight 4-bar vertical spinner named Esper did at the November 2024 Maker Battle event. Something I want to make clear right away is that after Esper fought at T-Town Beatdown a few months ago, I was originally planning to completely redesign the entire robot from scratch in order to fix all of its previous issues. Unfortunately, due to focusing on some of my other robots, as well as being busy with school, I simply didn't have enough time to redesign the bot before the event, and so I had to settle for just rebuilding the last version with some slight changes, such as having forks instead of a wedge, and switching from TPU top panels to carbon fiber top panels. I cannot stress enough how rushed this version of Esper was. I literally didn't start building the robot until the night before the competition. Regardless, I am happy to say I was able to get the bot working just in time. The format for Maker Battle was double elimination, meaning once you lose twice, you're out. Esper's first match would be against a bot named Doink. Doink is actually a 1-pound version of the team's 3-pound bot named Boink, which Serial Killer actually fought at a previous event. Like its beetleweight counterpart, Doink's weapon is a hammer saw designed to attack the top of the opponent. Since Esper's carbon fiber top plates are pretty thin, I knew I needed to do something to help protect the bot from those overhead attacks. I had the idea to take off Esper's side guards and tape them to the top of the robot to act as extra top armor. Will it be enough to protect Esper in this fight? Let's find out now.
Here we go, off to a nice slow start. Strategy in mind is, I don't know if they've seen each other before in one of the last battles, but they both have been here for sure and done fairly well.
Esper has definitely been redesigned though.
Absolutely.
I'm pressing the graph right now, I really into it.
Agreed. Oh.
Let's see, these are two robots that will definitely work as parts.
Esper looks a little, it's back there. That's new.
I have never seen a design quite like that.
Me either. Just taking little chunks out, a little bit by bit.
It's not afraid of it.
Alright. Doink moving out of the way. Uh-oh. Spinning up that plate. That's what they're away. Here comes.
Come on, you can do it, Esper, you got this.
Stinger's still going though. Those long barbed spikes. Esper just doesn't quite have the reach.
Tap out.
Esper kind of doing a thing.
Tap out. Yeah. Tap out, we're good.
Uh-oh.
Even though I lost, I still feel like this fight went a lot better than I was expecting. First thing I'd like to address is the issues I had oversteering due to Esper's drive motors being too fast. This was a problem I had the last time Esper fought, and I was fully intending on fixing this issue, but as mentioned before, I had very limited time to get the Esper functional, and so I didn't have a chance to fix this problem for the event. Also, Doink's long forks did a great job of controlling me, and it made it very difficult for me to get good attacks in. However, at one point, I was able to get to his side and do some damage to his wheel, but not enough to damage his drive system, unfortunately. I was also able to grind at the front of the bot, but I could never reach far enough to do much damage besides that. I'm happy to say Esper survived the first large hit from Doink pretty well. As for the second hit, it didn't do much damage aside from taking off the blue part of the arm that helps with self-righting. However, this hit had the additional consequence of flipping Esper over. While upside down, Doink gets behind Esper and it's clear he's planning to fire the hammer saw right into the bottom of the robot. Esper's bottom armor is really thin, and so I knew if Doink fired a weapon there, he would go right through it and likely hit something important. Because I don't want to take too much damage in my first fight and I had limited spare electronics, I choose to tap out in order to ensure Esper can fight again, giving Doink the win. Esper's next match would be against Wack, a Wack bot with a wedge on a carbon fiber pole. I had a feeling Wack's weird shape would make it difficult to attack, and so I knew I would have to be strategic in this fight and pick my shots carefully. With all that said, let's get into the fight.
Just a reminder, this is the consolation bracket. Both these robots have taken a loss. They can both, well not both, but either of these robots can continue on.
What do we think? Can that spinner take the windshield scraper off of Wack?
We'll find out. Stay tuned. 30 seconds off the clock.
Come on, Wack. We're looking for a good snack.
I am not good at driving, to be honest with you guys.
Let's see if we can get that spinner to come back up. I see a belt looking a little out of place.
6, 7.
Come on.
50 seconds.
Wack looking for a pin.
2, 3,
4,
5, 6, 7, 8.
Didn't see that
Trying to
one
wiggle their way out of there.
coming. Just whacking each other in there.
1,
Uh-oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're going pin for pin over here.
20 seconds.
I'm reasonably confident that spinner on Esper has been deactivated.
10 seconds on the clock.
3, 4,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
And just like that, Esper manages to get its second ever win of its robot fighting career in one of its best performances to date. Esper got some good attacks in early in the fight, where he even managed to do some damage to the carbon fiber pole on Wack, taking a huge chunk out of it. However, even more impressive than that was the next massive hit Esper got on Wack, which threw the bot high into the air. This is easily the best hit Esper has ever gotten, and I was so proud to see the bot doing so well. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, as after this hit, Esper's spinner stopped working. Apparently what happened is that I hit Wack so hard that some of the magnets in the weapon motor shattered, and I would have to replace the weapon motor for the next fight. I don't know if the motor I was using was already damaged from a previous match, or if it just couldn't handle the shock of a hit that hard, but it's clear I need to switch to a more durable weapon motor for the next version of Esper. As for this fight, while the spinner going down was bad, fortunately I could still use the 4-bar to grab and control Wack. This exact situation right here is why I gave Esper a second weapon aside from the vert, as even without the vertical spinner, I still had a way of fighting back. While it definitely wasn't easy, Esper showed what it was capable of and was able to take the victory. At 1-1, Esper's third fight would be against the vertical spinner named Sonic, created by Seth Safer from Team Just Cuz Robotics. Seth is a good friend of mine, and this isn't the first time we fought each other. Esper and Sonic actually faced off a year ago at the November 2023 Maker Battle, and despite Esper's best efforts, Sonic got the win. That was Esper's first ever competition, and the bot has improved so much since then. Can Esper sell the score against its greatest rival? Let's find out now.
2, 1, fight!
They're charging up. Sonic taking the way over.
The pointing factor on Esper's weapon noggin is really excellent. We're going to all these.
Oh, there you go. Got his whole letters. Sonic just took out the right for the money.
Positioning again.
Welcome back to the very experienced robot building here. And both of these robots are pretty solid.
30 seconds, right?
Pretty solid. That is correct, Esper. You will.
That's your second foot's over.
Well, this is
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout. And for the second year in a row, Sonic eliminates Esper from Maker Battle. At the beginning of the fight, I tried my best to keep my front point towards Sonic. Unfortunately, Seth was able to get a good hit on one of my sides, which flipped me over. And before I had a chance to self-right, he hit me again on the back, which broke the servo horn that connects the servo to the 4-bar mechanism. This is really bad, as not only does this shut down the 4-bar, but it also causes the vertical spinner to hang downwards and get stuck on the floor, preventing it from spinning up. Despite this massive setback, I'm still able to use Esper's powerful drive system to control Sonic and push him around. At one point, I even managed to use Sonic's own energy against him and cause him to become unstable and bounce around the arena. However, it was only a matter of time until Sonic got the upper hand again. He hit Esper in such a way that the bot got stuck on its face. Fortunately, Seth showed some good sportsmanship and got Esper free to continue the fight. But the second time Esper got stuck on the wall, he chose to leave it alone and take the victory, meaning Esper is out of the competition at 1 and 2. Alright, so here's Esper after the event. Obviously he's seen better days, but it's actually not too bad, I suppose. Something I didn't mention was that after Doink broke the little TPU ear to help with self-riding, I reattached it by just screwing it in just to help the robot self-ride, so there's that. Pretty much all of the damage, all of the major damage is from Sonic. So Sonic sliced up the TPU guards a little bit. It's especially noticeable on this one where he just sliced up the entire side long ways. So, that's interesting. He also chipped a little bit of the carbon fiber top plates. Fortunately, he didn't break it, but it did chip it a little bit. And of course, the main damage, the biggest damage, was that when he got behind me, so right here is where the servo horn used to be. Obviously, it's gone now. He broke it off, which damaged the 4-bar. Not just that, though. He also physically split the 4-bar like that. So even if the servo horn didn't break off, the 4-bar probably would have been dead anyways. Let's see what else. He took out one of Esper's eyes. So, I feel bad about that. One of the wheels is a little locked up, so I think he might have broken an N20 motor. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good. The other wheels seem to be about fine. Believe it or not, all the electronics are still fine. Like, everything still works. But yeah, the Sonic fight was just not gonna end well, so who knows, maybe third time's a charm. Maybe next time Esper can beat Sonic, but for now, Sonic gets a second win. Huge shout out to Seth, by the way. He actually drove me to this event. I didn't have a ride, so he offered to drive me to the event, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah, overall, Esper, it did all right. Esper has never done particularly well. The first time it fought at Maker Battle a year ago, it went 1 and 2, with its only win being to Boisterous Exuberance. Then it went to another Maker Battle event. It went 0 and 2. The bot just straight up didn't work. Then I took it to T-Town Beatdown and also went 0 and 2, but still did slightly better. And now here, Esper managed to go 1 and 2, and the fight against Wack was pretty much the best boss that ever worked. So yeah, Esper definitely isn't the best robot, but it's getting there. And especially since this version was Rust. I was gonna redesign the entire robot from scratch, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but like I said, I ran out of time. And honestly, the fact that it did so well despite being Rust is impressive. But yeah, this version of Esper specifically will never fight again. I'm gonna redesign the entire thing from scratch. It's gonna have a completely different weapon motor, different setup. I'm redesigning the entire robot, but it's still gonna be a 4-bar vertical spinner because I truly believe that this design has a lot of potential. So yeah, Esper, you did good, buddy. You did good. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.